Can I have some sour cream on here, please?
Welcome back to Maxie's Kitchen. We've got another friendly competition today. It's homemade versus Jack in the Box crunchy tacos. I used to love these when I was a kid. I'm gonna show you how to make these ones. My husband's gonna come up blindfolded. He's gonna try both and he's gonna tell us who wins, me or Jack. Let's hop in. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna do is we are going to chop up half an onion. This is gonna go with our beef and it's gonna be so delicious in the tacos. So we're gonna dice this up, and you know, sometimes I think about like, what would I do when I'm a parent? I don't have any kids yet, but I wanna have kids for sure. I wanna be a mom one day. And even though fast food isn't healthy, I'm gonna take them sometimes because they can't be one of those kids who's like never eaten McDonald's or like never had fast food before. I don't know, you've gotta experience everything, and everything in moderation is always what I go by. Okay, I'm gonna go throw away these scraps, but here is our beautiful onion, and then I'll be back with just one more thing to chop. It's such an easy recipe. I'm looking for my bench scraper. Here it is. This is what happens when my husband does the cleanup. Things end up where I don't know where they are, but I appreciate him doing the cleanup. Okay, tell me if this is bad, and I'm like, I maybe shouldn't even reveal this, but sometimes I don't wash iceberg lettuce because it's so tightly bound, and I just will peel off like the outer few leaves. Somebody's gonna comment and tell me that this is really bad. Like I don't see any dirt or bugs or anything in like the inner layer. Tell me what you think. This is probably not good. And now we are just gonna slice the iceberg in thin little strips. And this is going to go in our tacos after we bake them. So it'll be that really good, like refreshing, crunchy deliciousness. This iceberg has been in my fridge for a couple days, so I'm seeing some little brown areas, but most of it's good. We're being resourceful. Okay, so then once I cut it like this, and the thing I love about iceberg is it automatically like shreds, but then I'll just cut it the other way just so they're kind of like 1-inch pieces, not super long, drawn out pieces. And can you believe it? That's all the chopping we're doing today. I told you this was easy peasy. And I will meet you over at the stove. All right, folks, welcome to the stove. Here we go. This is gonna be easy, you're gonna see. Very, very simple. And by the way, I'm using my old pan today. I'm a hoarder, and this pan I've had through thick and thin, through when I first met my husband, first cooked with him on it, and I got a new one, and I was like, I can't throw this away. This is part of the family, so I still have it, and I saw it in there, and I'm like, you know what? We're gonna give it some airtime today. We are going to let it say hello to the people of YouTube. So I'm adding some olive oil to the pan. I'm loving this graza lately. I love the squeeze bottle. They have one that's like drizzling, and then one that's for like cooking, and one for drizzling on top of things as like a finishing olive oil. And actually, while we're on the topic, you guys, please try vanilla ice cream with a good quality olive oil and Maldon sea salt. It's literally insane. It's so good. It's like just the flavor combination. Just try it. It's incredible. It's an explosion in your mouth. You need to try that. All right, back to the show. So we've got our oil in the pan. It's heated. We're gonna add our onions. We are gonna saute the onions until they're translucent and getting soft. And actually, I'm also gonna preheat my oven for the tacos. I forget what temperature. I'm gonna check, but I'm just gonna do, I think it's 400 or 425, I'll check. Now we're gonna add our ground beef, lean ground beef. And something I forgot to say for this competition is I'm making like a healthier taco. It's baked instead of fried. And we're putting this up against a fried taco from Jack in the Box. So I'm excited to see who wins this battle. And whenever you're cooking with ground meat, always like break it up with a spatula in the pan. This is funny, my husband calls me a woodpecker. He says that whenever I want something, or I want to watch like a movie, or I want to go to a restaurant, I like will not stop pecking him and asking. I really wanted to watch that movie Saltburn. I was like, Saltburn, 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 Saltburn. Because every night I was like, should we watch Saltburn? How about Saltburn? A funny tendency of mine. Okay, now we're gonna add our spices. This is cumin, chili powder, garlic powder, and kosher salt. I think I've told you before, but salts are different saltiness levels. Table salt is much saltier than kosher salt. That's why in my recipes, I always put kosher salt, because if you're following my salting recommendations, specifically diamond crystal kosher salt is what I'd recommend. So we're gonna mix this up. The spices will kind of bloom in the pan as well. And I think I forgot to say I'm at like a medium high heat. And this is almost done. I want the onions to be a little more soft. I've maybe put the meat in a little bit too soon, but we can just cook it all a little bit more. Things can always be made right in cooking. No worries. Okay, now it's just about there. So at the very end, I'm gonna put in the green salsa. And this will give it some nice flavor, and it also moisten the mixture up so it holds together a little bit more. Alrighty, and that's it. We're just gonna turn off the heat. Here I am breaking my own rules again. Always taste as you go. Oh no. I thought I got it on my shirt. That's perfect. Alrighty folks, you made it to the fun part of the video where we're gonna assemble these beautiful tacos, and we are one step closer to knowing who won, me or Jack in the Box. So 2 tablespoons of avocado oil are going on a baking sheet. And then I love these Guerrero tortillas, but here's the thing. If they're cold or room temp, they will break when you fold them, so you need to microwave them so that they're pliable. So microwave them for like, 30 seconds to a minute, depending on your microwave. I have this drawer microwave over here. And I only microwave like 6 at a time because you want them to be warm while you're working with them. And they still might break a little bit, but it's okay. Don't worry. They're gonna be delicious no matter what. So we're gonna take a tortilla, keep the rest of them covered and warm. Then I'm going to coat both sides in the avocado oil. I'm gonna add some cheese. Okay, beautiful cheese. Try not to add it at the very top and the very bottom because we want to be able to pry the tacos open to add that delicious iceberg lettuce and a little bit more cheese on top after they're baked. So we don't want them sticking together at the top. So just put in your meat, about 2 tablespoons, and then just fold it up. And that is it, folks. Easy, easy, easy peasy. Oh my gosh, you guys, I forgot a really important thing. I need to order the DoorDash for the Jack in the Box so we can do the taste test. Hold on, we gotta pause on this. Okay, Jack in the Box, there's Jack. The tacos, I don't know. I used to get the monster tacos. The 2 tacos are #1 most liked. I don't remember when I was a kid having American cheese, but we'll just roll with it. Okay, add to order. Okay, they're pretty much all made. Oops, and I wanted to show you, some of them do have cracks. See, like at the bottom, this one's cracking, it's kind of flipping up. They are just like this sometimes before you put them in the oven, but they're still gonna be delicious. Even if they have cracks, they're still so good, and they do hold together. So have no fear, don't worry, don't fret, they're gonna be perfect. Before I put them in the oven, somebody on my Instagram recommended sprinkling a little salt on the outside, which I think is a really good idea. So I'm gonna add a little bit of salt to the outside because we need maximum deliciousness because we're competing against Jack. Okay, now they are going in the oven, convection, which will cook them a little bit faster and it'll get them all crispy. I recommend convection if you have it. 425 is the right temperature, and I'll see you back here soon. So it's been about half the time they're gonna be in the oven. It's been about 8 minutes. We're gonna take them out, flip them over, and then put them back in the oven to cook the rest of the way. Okay, we've got updates. The tacos are out of the oven. The Jack in the Box is here. Now what I'm trying to assess is, do we heat up the Jack in the Box? I think we do, but the only thing is the iceberg lettuce is gonna get impacted. I think I could just add more iceberg though. These are good. I remember these being good from when I was a kid. Now what we're gonna do with these guys, see how you can kind of just pry them open? Then we add our iceberg lettuce, beautiful, and then some cheese. And I like to serve them on like a bed of romaine lettuce. I just feel like it looks pretty, but optional. I'm excited. I'm getting excited. Who's gonna win? I don't know. Yeah, oh my God, you guys, he is such a sport. He's blindfolded coming up the stairs. Look, there he is. Now you see my camera set up. There he is. You're such a good sport. Okay, perfect. Let's get set up for the finale. All right, for the moment we have all been waiting for. You guys know my husband, Doug. He's blindfolded. He came upstairs with the blindfold on, such a champ. So he's gonna try these tacos, starting with #1. Okay.
Can I have some sour cream on here, please?
He has requests, you guys. He's asking for sauce last week today.
You didn't give me sauce last week either.
You've got a dog hair on your chin. #2.
That's also pretty good.
All right, you're choosing #1 or #2?
They're both pretty good.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
I'm gonna have to go with #2.
I got beaten by the Jack in the Box.
Wow. Let's go.
He likes that American cheese, folks. But these were baked instead of fried, you guys. This jack-o'-lantern beat me today.
Honestly, I had a hard time deciding. Don't feel too bad.
No, I don't feel bad. Thanks for tuning
This
in,
is
though.
also very good.
He says it's good. All
1
right,
and 1.
see you back here next week.
You're 1 and 1.
1 and 1, yeah.